This is Greg Jameson with Loftus International. Today we're going to be making a palm tree. This one is about a 5-foot palm tree. You can make these at any height that you want, depending on the the frame that you put inside of here. This is a real fun thing to do as a professional and also as a amateur at home mom sort of thing. Super easy to make. You just need to be able to grab a frame. I use PVC to do it. You could probably use any kind of pole that you have if you can put a base on it. Even if you don't have a base, you could also prop it up against the wall, tape it up against the wall or something like that. But if you want to have it freestanding, you do need to have a base. But super easy, all made with air, no helium involved at all in this design at all. Okay, so this is how you're going to make a 5-foot column frame. I use PVC pipe to do that. I use a 3/4 inch diameter, and I'll buy a 10-foot length. And what I'll do is I will take my handy dandy PVC cutter, measure it off to 5 feet, and cut it off, which is what I have right here. Then what I'll do is there is a 5-way adapter, or well, let's call it an adapter, that you'll take, and I will glue the one up end into with the PVC, the 5-footer there. That way when you got the legs in it, it can't pull up, so you're not going to have this thing separating on you when you're doing your columns. The leftover 5 feet I took and I cut these into 12-inch legs, and I just insert them in. Sugar in there tight. There you have a base. Then I will take duct tape and I will wrap along the top to protect the balloons from popping on the top. But really what this is doing is I leave a little lip here, so as I do my last balloon, it will hold on underneath that so things won't pop off. Now with the palm tree, you know, this would only make a 5-foot palm tree, but you can make this any size you wanted to. And what I'll do is I will take, or a column, yeah. I'm going to take this EMT or conduit, and I put a little bit of bend into it, and I will drop that down in the top. So you can get a nice little bend. If you're going to go really high on this, take these small cinder block steps. I will put these on each side, and it will not fall over. I get a little bit of play with the wind like a real palm tree. And then you can take a piece of cloth and go over the top of that and cover up all the mechanics at the bottom. Alright, these bases are really very inexpensive to build too. A 10-foot length of 3/4 PVC costs you somewhere between $2 and $3. This 5-way, these are a little more expensive. These can cost you anywhere up to $3 to $5 each. But for a 5-foot column, yeah, you're into this probably, I don't know, most $7. And for EMT 10-foot lengths, those usually run $2 to $3 too. So you could have a 7-8-foot palm tree frame for less than $10. That's something you could actually build into the cost of the job and just let it go at that too. Okay, so we got our frame set up, and then we've taken some green felt and covered up the mechanics at the bottom of it just to kind of give it a nice little look. So when you have it set, you'll have the look you're looking for. So now it's time to put balloons on this thing. Ready to start? All right, one thing I did do is I hooked up a pedal so I can control my inflator with it. If you have any questions about the inflator, please call Loftus and we can help you out with that too. And with the pedal also. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 balloons and we're going to blow them up to an 8-inch. We're going to put them on each side. I always overinflate, and then I'll use my Holy box, measure them to an 8-inch. I always like to, one thing you want to do is, I always want to twist these around more than once. If you only twist them around once and tie them, I have had them untie on me multiple times, which is kind of a pain in the butt when you've built your whole display and then you're going back and replacing balloons. So let's do 2 more 8s. Across the necks. I like to overinflate and come down just because if I go straight up to an 8, they seem to be really tight still. So if I overinflate, come back down, it gives them a little more flexibility. I think it has less chance of them getting popped. Gives them a little bit of a chance to expand if they're going to be out in the heat and stuff too. So I'm going to take these 2 duplets, make them into a quad. I'm not necessarily going to twist them together because I'm going to twist them together on the pole. So we'll take those 2, put it on here, twist them around, 360 degrees, and push down. Now the thing with the palm trees, as you're building them, they start off as a wider base and move up gradually into a tighter base or narrower base at the top. So I've started off with some 8-inchers, and let's move up into some 7-inchers now. I just want to gradually bring this thing up so we have it up into the 5-foot top, okay? So let's do some 7s right now. On this Holy, it doesn't have a 7-inch, so there is a 7.5. I'm just bringing them a little bit smaller than that just to make it 7s. This is the reason when I put the 5-way on the bottom of this 5-foot, I glue that one in. Because otherwise, as I was pushing these balloons on, it's would want to be pulling this 5-foot length up out of that 5-way. So that's why that's always glued in, and the legs are not glued in. All right, makes it easier for transport too. All right, so we've got our 7-inchers done. So I did 3 levels of 8s, 4 levels of 7s. Let's do some 6s up here next, okay? So with us being at the last portion, this is why the duct tape at the top, it will help hold the necks down. So I'll put this on here, twist it, and make sure that the knots and twists are below that duct tape. So there we are. Now we're ready for our palm fronds. Okay, the next step is going to be inflating your palm fronds. This is a Qualatex, I think it's a 36-inch palm frond. And then you're going to use 260 for each one of these. With the palm fronds, you certainly could use this to inflate these. I recommend not, just because the volume of air that's pushed up through these valves may damage the valve. So I always suggest using your handheld pump to inflate those, just so you don't damage valves. Get it fully inflated. Now we're going to do our little sleeping bag roll. So I'm going to take a 260. I'm going to lay it over the top of the neck. I'm going to roll it down. Tie those 2 together. And we're just going to fill up the top. So we're going to take first palm frond, put it up at the top. I'm going to take these 260s, I'm going to wrap them around the balloons. The friction of the balloon will hold everything together. And just hide that down in the bottom. There we go. Let's do a few more. Here we go. Last palm frond. Let's put this on here. Again, wrap them around the balloons. The 260 will hold together with the friction. And there we go.